would never eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, who would never know what Sunday worship is, who would never know what celebrating Christmas on Easter is, who understand the holy days and quote the holy days because those are the only holidays they know. I'm seeing children being born in the earth who's calling on the name of the God who saved us out of Egypt. Who know, you ask one of the children in our church, what is God's name? Ahia. What does that mean? I am that I am. Who's that? The God of Israel who delivered our people out of Egypt. This is what our children are learning now. We got children who will grow up and never think that a Caucasian is a part of the original bloodline 12 tribes of Israel. We're not going to have to reteach them in order to get them to second base. Okay? They are raised understanding that they're the children of Israel. Can you imagine these particular children growing and becoming the next voices for the world? They can imagine it. And you know what? It's a nightmare for them. It's a nightmare for them. Last but not least, so in order for them to now swing this thing to come against us, they have to make what? They have to make events that would have the regular population, including the Gentiles, believing that black people are actually planning some type of insurrection against their freedoms. It's pitting one part of the population against the rest. So they're going to start putting on these media events showing black people as the catalyst for all that's wrong. White people are going to start to believe that their freedoms and why they're being locked up and not being able to go out, while they are forced to wear masks and life cannot go back to normal, is because of these radical, crazy black people. And through that, they're going to turn one part of the population against itself, which is engineered. That's planned. Because white people and other races are already becoming agitated and frustrated, losing their businesses, losing their lifestyle, not understanding, not having a clear picture to what their future for their children will be. So they're looking already, other nations are looking for people to blame already. And the nation powers are going to hand us to them on a silver plate.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They need someone to blame already. They're already frustrated. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to create groups like they did, Black Lives Matter, NFAC. They're going to create these groups, folks. And these particular groups, the left-wing nut media, the Democrats media, is going to put us as the face of why all is wrong in the United States concerning this virus. The fact that we don't want to be vaccinated, the fact that we're the ones we're not complying with the rules. They're going to keep on plastering that. Even though I see white people in bunches, which is not publicized on media. But media are going to see black people having a good time. Okay? They're going to plaster this. And then they're going to say it's black people running around with guns threatening white people. But are they black people? Look at your screen. View your screen. Let me cue it up here. Here it is. Make it nice and big so you all can see it.
Fitzgerald. John Fitzgerald. Johnson, which is similar to John Fitzgerald Kennedy. We have something in common. He exited this world a great leader while I was being born. That is why I wear his name.
Here's the leader of the NFAC group, the militia group they claim is now looking to come against society and tear white people down, okay, using a black militia. You're going to find out that this guy is funded. Listen.
You may know me under different names because I've worn several hats in my life. I am ex-military, but there's your John Johnson. I am an ordained pastor, so that would be Pastor Johnson, Minister J.
So he have many aliases under the government. He's Pastor Johnson. Now, when they did that video op to make you, when they rolled him out, he was claiming to be the 12 tribes of Israel, all 12 tribes. Remember that? Him marching by himself in front of the KKK buildings and all this other stuff. Remember that? Saying that the 12 tribes of Israel, we're not taking over 400 years of oppression. Listen.
Me in the entertainment field as Grandmaster J. That's from the hip hop world. And you may know me from all of the activism that I've been doing for the last almost 7 months now in the Black Lives Matter movement. And you may know me from all of the activism that I've been doing for the last almost 7 months now in the Black Lives Matter movement.
Hold up now. The Black Lives Matter movement? Now, I don't know this guy personally, but I need you to check out his demeanor. Okay? There's a certain demeanor that comes with a natural masculinity. That's what I'm going to say. So, what side is he playing on? Look.
Not to mention, speaking of demeanor as well, notice the demeanor he possesses in this video.
Yeah.
Versus the demeanor that he puts forward, or the image he puts forward when he's speaking to quote unquote black people. It's a totally different spirit.
Exactly. You see how he tried to come off like he's black militant, but now he's showing that he's just a regular guy. But when the camera's on, when he put the military gear on, he's on some, yeah, I'm a black, I'm not effing around. He's an actor, folks. He's an actor. Guess what? CNN and all the demonuts and all of them rolled this guy out. He's an actor with different aliases, different roles. Now, what they're going to do, though, they're going to find people exactly who have debt, who has scenarios in which they have certain things hanging over them, like the law, being on probation and all those things. And this is how they actually engage people and say, we can free you from these things if you join this particular group and get our people involved in it. Pay them and get them involved to march around with black clothes on, with military gear and all that. Some of our people are so simple, we believe that this is a way in which we can show our power against government not taking it anymore, because you have that segment of people amongst us also, and they know it. Listen. Hold up now. Let's go back. Hold up. Listen.
That they're being coached, and we from all of the activism that I've been doing for the last almost 7 months now in the Black Lives Matter.
Because when the questions are asked pertaining to Black Lives Matter and police injustice and inequality, that they're being coached.
They being what?
That they're being coached.
He say these people, the black people that's getting recruited out of our neighborhoods, are being coached. They are getting coached, not realizing they're going to use these people as a proxy to come against our people who are suffering in the ghettos. They're going to use these canned scenarios to have government go against our people.
And we've lived it.
Could it be that because when the questions are asked pertaining to Black Lives Matter and police injustice and inequality, that they're being coached, and we've lived it?
Subsequent movements, the War on Racism Coalition, and so forth under that banner as simply Jay Johnson. And of course, today, the appropriate term would be John Fitzgerald for the capacity of what we're doing today. And so I've worn many hats. So whether you know me as Jay, whether you know me as John Fitzgerald, whether you know me as formerly Grandmaster Jay or Jay Blaze, or if you know me as Sergeant Johnson, or you've encountered me as Minister Jay, I have walked many paths. So depending on which one of those paths you walk, we may have crossed at some time. Today we're going to cross a crossroads where they all come together. People always say your background is who you are. God says you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you.
What
God
Bible is
says
that?
you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you.
God says you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you.
Not coons. They're not coons. They are worse than that. They are our enemy. And I'm going to say this publicly. What are you going to do if I say, before we fight the white man again, we're going to start killing every last one of you?
Now listen to this. We were told that he was a militia against white supremacy. Now he says outright, nah, we're not here for the white man. We're going to start destroying our own people. Huh? This is him. Listen. He said, before we deal with the white man, we coming after black people. You hear this? That's the NFAC, folks. Listen.
Door to door and start killing niggas.
Oh, what?
And me.
Hold up.
On which one of those paths
What he say?
we may have crossed at some time. Today we're going to cross a crossroads where they all come together. People always say your background is who you are. God says you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you. God says you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you.
God says you're not what you've done. You are what I've created you.
Not coons. They're not coons. They are worse than that. They are our enemy. And I'm going to say this publicly. What are you going to do if I say, before we fight the white man again, we're going to start killing every last one of you? We're going to go door to door and start killing niggas. And mean it.
Now look at him right here. Folks, you see what you see in here? This is him at the last Republican National Convention, just what, a week ago? That's him. That's him right there. Look at him next to the woman in the white in the middle there. That's him. Now, he's not just there as a spectator. He has on the black. Let's see what he does when he hears something in the back. As if the president is being threatened. Let's see what he does opposed to the rest of the audience.
In. Because all of a sudden, it wasn't me. If I say every member of the NFAC start killing other black people who talking reckless against us because they're the enemy, a lot of you all would shut the fuck up.
Oh, excuse my language.
And you have no idea how close we are.
How close we are.
To that point.
Excuse the language. I didn't know that was there.
Pay attention to the stairs. That is John Fitzgerald Johnson.
That's him right there,
this
folks.
Is March 9th.
That's him right there. That's him walking by himself.
His team at the Donald Trump MAGA rally.
So early. So early. All right, get him out. Thank you. We're going to have such fun. We're going to have such fun tonight. Get him out. Thank you. Do we love our police? Our police are great, huh?
As you can see, he is an active participant in
First
the
of all,
rally.
I want to welcome.
Well, actually, he's a...
Look, does he look like he belonged there? Absolutely.
Or than an active participant.
As you know, we have Ohio, where you have an absentee governor.
He begins scanning the crowd nearly every time he suspects something, and every single time, nearly every time that there's an incident with protesters, he stands up and he is going to engage these incidents.
And we have Illinois. Now we're gonna.
So every time he hears something, he gets up like security, brothers and sisters, as if he's protecting a perimeter. Huh? This is what's going on with the DNC. George Soros, the government itself, is funding this. Why? Because they need a pretext to go against Jacob. Like George Bush said, that they have to institute the law of the UN and not the law of the jungle. What happened with September the 1st, 9/11 was the beginning of the end of Jacob's trouble. They was going to begin their war against us all over the earth, realizing that the Most High would begin to awaken the lion of the jungle, Judah. And they're using our people who are a part of these fraternities for these particular photo ops, as well as the demonuts amongst our people, the nut jobs, the people who don't believe in God anyway, who've already aligned themselves as taskmasters against us. But there will be a remnant, brothers and sisters, that will make it through. Don't get caught up into the politics. Don't get caught up into the virus. Don't get caught up into anything outside of what we are about to show you, according to the word. Hold tight. We are going in. Get your pen and pads ready. And guess what? I want to say this real quick. Brothers and sisters in the academy, we're going to do a treat for you this particular academy, that a surprise you didn't know was going to happen. Week 12, Elder Lawyer. Week 12, we're going to do an updated lesson on the secrets of the times, breaking down the Jubilees in the last 7 years, according to prophecy. Check this out. The secrets of the times will be our week 12 lesson, updated. Because what? With each holy day, starting with this holy day coming of the Trump, gates open and gates close. Every time there's a holy day, there's a prophecy going on where the heavens are entering in for our people and the gates are closing for the powers that be who are bound here. And I want to put that out there. It's all intertwined into what we're dealing with right now. Okay? Week 12 of the Hebrew Bible Academy, folks. The secrets of the times. Like you've never seen it before. Showing you why they didn't want us to understand the true holy days and gave us holidays. Hold tight. We're going into the Bible. That's right. The second wave leading to the beast. Hold tight. October 11th. Don't forget. Use the restroom. Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra-biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited. All right.